run of Evergate featuring Emray.
Oh, all right. So, hi, I'm Emray. I have with me on commentary frozenflygone.
Hey everyone.
So, if we're ready, I can give a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and go. So this is going to be Evergate any percent, which obviously means rushing through the game as quickly as possible. So you'll notice that it's also controller. I'll get more into that later, but we are going to be separating the mouse and keyboard and controller categories. So the game starts out, you wake up as a soul who has just reached the afterlife. Our little ghostie here is named Keith, and alone she can't really do anything. This tutorial kind of walks you through like the beginning steps of how to play the game. It is a puzzle platformer, so basically the white stuff you see on the ground is called source material, and what you're about to see right here coming up is called our soul flame. And using that, we can navigate the levels using different crystals. So this whole section just basically teaches you how to control the game. So you'll notice there's a little bit of a snap whenever I aim. So controller has a slight auto aim or aim assist, which makes it a lot easier to speedrun the game very quickly. I think it's a 20-degree angle. It's not so significant that it's, cheesy or anything. But whenever you play with mouse and keyboard, you can actually see your cursor, which makes aiming a little bit easier. So this is how we kind of compromised between the two. So a little bit of backstory. The developers approached a bunch of speedrunners. A lot of us were Hollow Knight speedrunners, and said, hey, we want you guys to try out our game. And we got to play out the demo. And it was really exciting. We all really enjoyed it. So they came up with this thing called the Evergate Challenge, which was like a speedrun competition of their demo. And it ended up turning into something really beautiful. And they invited us all back to be alpha testers. And this is currently in the beta. The game is not officially out yet, but it should be out very, very soon. So shout outs to the devs for being amazing and inviting us to do this. I'm honored to be one of the alpha testers. So we're about to start getting into the gameplay itself. So basically, as you go through the worlds, you have different crystals that are introduced and new ways of navigating through the levels. So we're about to see our first crystal here. This one I like to call a boost crystal. I forget what the crystals are actually called. So basically the goal is to reach the gate as quickly as possible. Nice. Those shots can be a little bit difficult.
So do you press a button to like activate the flame and deactivate the flame as you're aiming?
I have something called Instafire on. So whenever I press the X button, it automatically fires. But you can also slow down and aim, which I'm going to be doing in some other levels. If you look on the upper right side, there are 4 very important things that you can see. One of them is the petals, which doesn't really matter for any percent. And then they have the gems, which are what we use to navigate through the level. They act as collectibles as well as being the way to move. As you can see, I'm just like bouncing around the level using these. Oh, that was
so for like the 100% category, you would need to collect every single crystal?
Yes, every crystal, every petal, and the little moon thing is actually a speedrun gem. So the devs are really into speedrunning. They integrated speedrun challenges into the game. So you would need to get the speedrun gem as well. Oh, this level's being a bully. All right. Oh, that would have been it.
So are you able to wall climb at all or not really?
No, as soon as you touch a wall, you start sliding. That angle is not being nice to me right now. All right, I'm gonna do slow down. There we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's really important for the first couple of levels that I get a certain amount of essence. So every time you collect a crystal or a petal or anything like that, you're getting essence from it. And essence unlocks a new feature called artifacts, which I will get to in a little bit, but that's actually a new thing. So my estimate is probably a little bit chunky for what the game can do now, because artifacts didn't exist whenever I originally submitted this game, whenever it was an alpha, and artifacts make this game so much more fun. I love the new features. So we should unlock our first artifact here, right there, the lucky frog. So we're gonna switch over to that.
So cute.
Yeah.
It's a cute icon.
Frog.
So
Did I hear frog facts, anyone?
oh no. There was something about that frog in the Google Doc that the devs gave us. I asked them a couple of days ago, hey guys, is there anything that you would, like me to share during the run? Because, I mean, there's not a lot of lore in the game, and it's just, cool puzzle gameplay. Apparently, the frog was, like, one of Key's original designs, or a character in the game's original design, or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't have the Google Doc in front of me. So
Yeah, I have it. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
It says, we used to have a companion side character that helped and followed Key around. One of the forms of this character was a cute frog, whose appearance is cameoed in the artifact screen as the lucky frog. That is a frog fact hot for you, Dad.
Oh no, frog fact.
That was an excellent frog fact. So this is going to be our second type of crystal. This one, whenever we fire it, forms a platform underneath us. Like so.
Music's really pretty. It reminds me of like Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes. The music in this game is absolutely incredible. It was recorded all over the world. I do remember reading that. So basically what's happening in the story is that Key, recently reaching the afterlife, is basically going through a couple of her past lives, and this is set in China. And a lot of the music has Chinese instruments and things of that nature. It's really, really beautiful. And as you go through the different lives that Key has led, it's based on those different cultures as well.
Yeah, it says in the documents here, like, the instruments in the score are connected to themes of the afterlife. So you have, like, harps, organs, bells, and the angelic choirs to relate to the afterlife themes that are present in the game.
All right,
I think it's really cool when devs, like, have the music really match up with the visual theme and the story theme. I think that's super important detailing.
Yeah, not only is it like just a really fun game to like try to figure out yourself, but I mean, there's so much depth and so much heart that the devs have put into this game. Oh no, I was a little too high.
Is this available for like wishlisting on Steam or any other platforms right now?
Yes, I do believe that you can wishlist it on Steam. It should be out very, very soon. So it was actually supposed to release for early access on the 15th, I believe. But they decided to postpone that to do a full game release. So it should be soon, and they will be releasing the full game. I for one, am very, very excited for other people to start playing this game.
Me too. So the Evergate title kind of ties into the gates that we see between these different levels.
Yeah,
which
so
I think is really cool.
The Evergate is the big gate that acts as the portal. So this is our third type of crystal. This one is called a flame crystal or a fire crystal. And it burns up everything that it comes into contact with, all of the source material. So you have to be careful about where you use it, otherwise you won't be able to use other crystals. So this level right here, I want to point this out. The devs actually gave us that. You used to not be able to do that. They moved it down by 1 pixel so that we could do that skip.
Aw.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
Speedrun presents.
These devs are honestly like the heroes of speedrunning.
I like that dragon.
Yeah, the
I
dragons are
know.
really cool. You see a little white stuff that you can see like where the dragon's moving. That's a new feature. You used to not be able to see where they were moving before. I think that's an excellent touch. So you
Oh
can
yeah,
kind
that's
of
awesome.
predict where you're gonna be going. This is one of my favorite levels, because you can just wait. I messed up.
So you're able to like stand on the dragon and everything. Will it hurt you at all?
You do die if you hit the fire part. You can just skip over all of this. This is not how you're intended to solve this.
Nice.
What? Unintended routing in a speed run?
Yeah, never. Definitely not in a puzzle game. Just like this one. This is obviously not intended. You're supposed to like light up those lanterns and the lanterns move. But we don't have time for that. We're in a hurry here.
The rest of the level's just decoration, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You also can see that Emray is able to quick save and quick load anytime that she, misses a strat maybe, but it makes them a lot less punishing because you can hotkey, quick save, quick load, no big deal. Basically, like you just restart right at the beginning.
Wait.
There's not a lot of lag, all that stuff.
I forgot something very important. We just unlocked at the end of that last level the most important power-up. This is the one that saves like multiple minutes throughout the run. This one increases our player's move speed by quite a bit.
Ooh.
So we are going very, very fast compared to our normal key.
And that was the Firecracker artifact was the name of that
Yeah,
one?
Firecracker Trail.
Ooh.
So we use that for the majority of the run. We're only going to take it off for one level. And I'll point it out whenever we do.
Can you only use like one of the artifacts at a time, or can you
Yes.
equip all of them? Okay.
And the level does reset if you use it, so you can't like cheese and use multiple per level.
That makes sense.
All right, so this one is probably the most aesthetically pleasing to see in a speedrun. Let's see if I can get this. Hold on, let me. This is the teleport crystal, as I call it. I don't think that's what it's actually called.
Yes.
But this one is really, really cool.
This is probably the coolest crystal to just watch happen. Like, I don't know what you're doing. And
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
have the gate
I'm
now.
just warping everywhere.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm very cool.
So whenever you hit a crystal like that, so there's two things that I just did there that I feel like I should point out. There's a really tight shot here. So whenever you got it, you shoot a crystal that launches you, you maintain that momentum through your jumps. And the other thing is that in Evergate, as long as you never use your jump, you maintain your jump permanently. So you can jump from anywhere as long as you never press the jump button since the last time you touched the ground. And that turns out to be extremely useful to get a lot of extra distance in a lot of situations.
We have a $10 donation from Rennie MT saying, putting my money where my mouth is. Here's $5 for the one puzzle I messed up, and $5 for the wrong option I chose in the dialogue. We also have $15 from Amy Lissan. Much love to the RPG Valkyries. So many of y'all are involved in this event right after having finished with RPGs we love. I've seen Rosa named Demi more often than not, so there's no reason to stop that there. And they send a little heart.
Aw. So this is the 5th level. This one is like an arrow that follows you around and you can shoot it. So this level, we can still kind of cheese and go around like this. It's pretty funny. We used to be able to climb that right wall that's right next to the gate, but the devs patched that out for obvious reasons. But we can still cheese it anyway, so speedrunners always find a way.
You can only go so far before the devs are like, hold on.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
We have an
I think
anonymous
it's really...
$100
Oh, go ahead.
donation. Oh, sorry. We have an anonymous
ahead.
$100 donation. They don't leave a comment, but thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I love how all the arrows build on each other. it seems like a really natural level progression in terms of teaching the player like how to navigate through the different levels, and you're just constantly building your abilities. I think it's like really
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. They do a really good job of incorporating all of the previous crystals in an interesting way. So we haven't seen this yet because I've been going so fast, or I haven't pointed it out yet because we've been going so fast, but that blizzard, if it hits me, will kill me. And
How do you know when the blizzard's going to like appear? Is it like a certain amount of time?
Yeah, it's a timed thing. So this level is new, so I'm gonna go very slow. It's not completely new. Like the second half is still the same, but they remastered this level, and I think it's a lot cooler now anyway. The first part used to be a lot more simple. So I took that a little slow because I'm not quite as accustomed to it as some of the other levels. I also didn't talk about the moose mechanic. So this is the first time that the game introduces the idea of needing to open a gate. So we have to go through and accomplish certain things in the level in order to access the gate. So right here is a really cool shot. I want to see if I can get it without doing slowdown at all, because it would be really, really cool. So close. That's too low. That would have been that. All right, I'll do slowdown. It only loses a second to do that slowdown. So here we have to go to a cutscene. After every single one of the gates, there is a cutscene. I'm skipping a lot of the lore, not only to go fast, but also because the game isn't out yet. I don't want to spoil the game for anyone on too significant of a level. But we do have to stop for a little cutscene here. So this crystal right here was my personal favorite casually. I think it's so cool. It's called a rift crystal. It's basically like a black hole that you can swim through. And the mechanics are really, really interesting. While you're inside the bubble, kind of feels like the feather from Celeste, kind of. And depending on what angle you're holding when you jump out, you get momentum in that direction. So you can kind of control your speed. It's usually faster to swim through bubbles. So right here is the level that we're going to switch off of our firecracker charm. That way we don't have to care about the icicle cycles. So the spikes on the wall can still hit us, but the spikes that are falling can no longer hit us while we're using this particular artifact. Just squeeze in there real quick. So switch back to our speedy charm, our speedy artifact. Wrong game.
I was like, you're used to saying that from Hollow Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
I see you.
No. Oh no, I jumped too far.
Do we have time for a donation in here, Emray?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we have a $25 donation from Kent. It says, thanks for running Evergate, Emray.
Kent is one of the developers, guys. Say hi to Kent.
Yay! Hi, Kent.
I think Kent may be in chat. Thank you for being here. It's always awesome to see the devs involved in the speedrunning community and seeing the runs, and you know, I think it's so amazing.
Yeah.
We also have a $5 donation from Mikats Chew. It says, for looking cute with a cute Charizard hat. Happy face.
Thanks. So right here is a skip that we can still do. I'm grateful that they kept that in. You're supposed to use those little purple orbs to get over the wall, but we can just climb the wall and cheese our way through the level. So right here, the little waves that you see, you're supposed to be able to teleport the box into that and then ride it like an auto-scroller, but being speedrunners, we don't really like auto-scrollers, so we're just gonna skip that by going underneath the level. Nothing to see here.
We don't need to wait.
Yeah, exactly. Who needs to ride a box whenever you can just jump off of the level? This is another really cool crystal. This one's called the Fierce Crystal. I like to call it the Rocket Crystal because that's literally what it is.
Yes.
You can just freely control it.
That feels really feather-like to me.
Yeah,
Like
it's very, very
yeah.
Celeste feather. So this
Yep.
level right here, I really, really love. Again, shout out to the devs for letting us keep our speedrun strats. So they said they had trouble recreating this one, so they let us keep this. If I shoot myself into a particular little nook in the wall, I get my jump back and I can just jump over this wall. I almost got it one time. I'm gonna get this. Got it. Woo! I did it. Hardest trick over.
Smooth sailing from here.
Yeah, nothing can go wrong. This level is just one of my least favorite levels because I suck at controlling the rocket. I also was terrible at controlling the feather in Celeste, for the record.
Oh, I still am. I play Celeste on keyboard, so feathers are not my friend.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. I got this.
Absolutely.
I'm doing the turnaround too fast. There.
I have a question from chat. Is Charizard your favorite Pokemon because of your hat?
Charizard is not my favorite Pokemon. Gallade is, actually, if you remember seeing the Pokemon X run at GDQ. I was called out for not knowing how to do a Gallade cry.
Listen, I don't know how to do a Flygon cry. That feels super niche.
I know, right?
It's just my laugh. That's the new Flygon cry. Like, come on. But speaking of Pokemon, Emray is doing the finale, which is Pokemon Shield at the end of the marathon. So if you're liking this content, you'll see more Emray content.
More Pokemon.
So this level right here, before we had aim assist, this level I used to lose multiple minutes on, and now it's completely free. So
That was awesome.
yeah, you just skip literally the whole level. You don't even play it at all. I love that one.
I remember watching your practice videos, and it took a little bit, but that you just slid on over. That was good.
Yeah. Well, it also the speed increase gives the rocket a little bit more.
Oh, that makes
also
sense.
makes it a little bit easier. Speaking of, we're probably going to end up having an artifact-less category because of stuff like that, where, you know, artifacts obviously make the game significantly easier. Regular any percent will likely be the category that uses artifacts.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So again, using that jump momentum that we get from these types of crystals. So this new type of crystal is kind of like the opposite of our little jump crystal, or the yellow crystal, whatever you want to call it. Oh no. I was supposed to use the yellow crystal to get across the side, and I whiffed it. But it's okay, because I still got across.
So I have a question from chat. Why is controller a part of the category name?
So I answered that a little bit earlier. Controller and keyboard is going to end up separated because controller has the benefit of a minor aim assist, and keyboard has the benefit of being able to see the cursor on screen. So the way that you play the game is significantly different. Oh no, how did that miss? That should not have missed.
Oh no. Yeah, being able to see the cursor feels like, you just point at the thing you're going at.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
big deal most of the time.
Since you can kind of see where you're going, and now with controller having aim assist, it's like controller has a little bit of an advantage in that regard. So we just decided to separate just so that it would be fair for both keyboard and controller players. Because before it was unfair for controller players.
Absolutely.
Because we just had to like blind shoot and hope that we got the angles.
Yeah.
So right here, if you noticed, I was dropping those air raids, they're called. We need to hit one of those logs so that the air raid doesn't get blocked by it. Oh no, I missed. I'm missing so many shots.
It's a marathon.
I swear I've played this game before.
Don't worry, I am impressed.
There we go.
Sure
That's
many
a
more
really
people
cool
can play
shot.
it.
So this level right here is probably the worst for aim assist. I'm going to take every single shot that I do here very, very carefully in order to not hit 2 crystals at once. There it goes. Because aim assist likes to prioritize 2 crystals over 1. And we really, really don't want that here because we need all of these crystals in order to get back. All right, we made it. Nice.
I have some like fun Evergate facts I can share if you want.
Hold on. Do we have the... Hold on. I'm trying to think of what level comes next. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, no worries. Let me know. I can always share some fun facts.
Yeah, go ahead, actually.
So for everyone's in chat, this is an unreleased game as of the moment. But the first prototype of this game was made 2 weeks before PAX East 2018. Fun fact.
Really, this is a short turnaround time. It's pretty impressive.
I know. I think it's pretty awesome.
They love speedrunning so much they speedran the development.
They're actually not a huge team either, so they put a lot of work and a lot of heart into this game. So this is what I like to call the jump crystal or the spring crystal. So now we're like in future New York. This song, by the way, is my favorite song in the entire game. I love this so much. It's beautiful.
The music is awesome.
Apparently,
And the aesthetics.
yeah, one of the composers or someone who's working on the music is apparently in the chat right now as well.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Wonderful job.
Awesome. Awesome to have the developers in chat right now. Like, that's just really cool.
Also, I should mention those little blue, they're EMP fields, is what they're called. You can't fire your soul flame while you're inside of that. So that's what adds an extra layer of difficulty to these puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a really cool one if I can get it. That looked high. I got it.
Nice. Let's
Nice.
go.
I had to slow down, but still really cool. Oh, wait, I forgot. Hold on. Give me 1 second. We're going to go back to the library, and then we're going to go back into this level. There's a minor audio bug right here with this section of the game. The devs can fix it, but it will be fixed by the main release. Again, this is the beta, so expect a couple of little bitty things that can happen like that. It's fixed now.
Yay.
Most of the bugs that we've had, honestly, have been like audio bugs, so that's really good.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's not a crashing bug or
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
like that.
There's
Like,
nothing like game breaking that we've had to deal with.
Yeah.
So again, shout outs to the devs for being amazing. That level, actually, the way I just did that level was actually the slower way to do it. I just think it's really cool to go out of bounds. I think it's hilarious to just skip the entire level. So right here is going to be essentially the boss of the game. Without spoiling too much, there's basically a storm that is destroying the afterlife. And this bird is the crow, which is the physical embodiment of the storm. And, oh no, I missed.
Being a jerk bird.
Yeah, he ducked at the wrong time. It's his fault. It really, really is unfortunate to misfire for this fight because you have to wait for the bird to land again and it takes forever.
I think it's really cool to have this like boss fight in the middle of this, just like a platformer puzzler kind of game. It's a unique way to have all the crystals working and make you use your skills that you've learned.
Yeah, exactly. Like having the puzzle aspect in a boss fight is really cool. I kind of wish that there was more of it, but unfortunately that is the only boss that we get to fight. Maybe they'll add DLC, who knows? I would love that.
Boss mode.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're on to the final crystal, which is a really, really cool mechanic, actually. This one is called a mimic crystal. And there are these little symbols that look like crystals that we've used so far. And they essentially turn into whichever of those that we hit. And there's a lot of cool skips that we can do using that. Right here is another thing to point out that the devs did to help us out. It used to be really close that we would have to drop to go underneath, and we would sometimes hit that death plane. They lowered that death plane so that we can comfortably go underneath there.
That's awesome.
And right here is really, really cool.
I love this one. This is probably my favorite.
Just
skip.
hit the teleport crystal from across the universe and just warp there. I love it.
I love that.
So apparently, according to the chat, Kent's 1-week-old baby is watching the stream with him.
Yes, everyone say congratulations to Kent. I didn't know if he wanted me to talk about it.
Yep.
Oh.
Apparently, baby's eating right now and watching the speed
Baby
run.
speedrunner.
That's a
Future
adorable.
speedrunner watching right now.
I believe. This is a really cool one because we can just steal these crystals and just skip through the entire left side of this level.
Nice.
I love that.
We have time for a donation in here?
Sure, we can do a couple of donations here. We have an anonymous $25 donation with no comment, and an anonymous $10 donation that says, donating for more frog facts in chat. This ignorance about frogs must stop. And as always, happy to support a good cause.
That level Emray just did, I love it. It's just fall to win.
Yeah, falling with style. So this is the final section of the run coming up. This is called the Storm. So we're finally going to confront what's been antagonizing us, I can't talk, since we entered the spirit world. And it is this guy, who is our brother. And he's very angry at us without divulging too much information. So he locks us here and steals our memories so that we can't remember our connection to him. And in doing that, he ends up trapped in a mashup of our memories that we just played through. And we have to play as him to get through these levels. So I'm gonna quickly reset here. That way I can reset the camera because the camera would take a million years to pan out otherwise.
Oh, everything's happening at once.
Yeah. These levels are really intimidating because there's so many things happening and there's elements of every single level.
I always love it when games actually do stuff like this where it's like, I hope you're paying attention for the rest of the game because this will be on the test, and this is the test.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
We have a nice little auto-scroller here, and unfortunately we can't skip this one. You can ride the box for part of it, but I actually don't know how to do that skip. Sorry, Mr. Axe to you, if you're watching. I still never learned the auto-scroller skip. So that one's the worst one of the three. Honestly, in my opinion, that's the worst level in the game, and it's not even bad. So this game is amazing. This one's really cool. So we're gonna maintain our jump and hit the dragon relatively high. That way we can teleport and just jump up and skip the entire puzzle.
You can see the storm kind of building in the background.
Yeah, the storm starts to eat away at the afterlife. So here is basically like an escape sequence. We need to go save him. And throughout this, we're going to get infinite versions of the power-ups that we've used so far. So I'm just going to jump.
Whee!
Yeah, just jump my way through here.
I love this part.
Oh no.
Just because it like
That's so
bounce
close.
around. I love it. That was.
I hit the very edge of that. Oh no.
No.
I'm so bad at this. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry. I expected this. This is very difficult. It's a lot
Oh,
harder
this
than
section
it
looks
looks.
extremely precise. Like those spikes
No.
are everywhere.
I didn't mean to fire that. It's all right. I'm gonna be way underestimated just because of the
Oh,
artifact.
don't worry. You've been playing extremely clean.
Yeah, a lot of levels went really, really well.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I can do it this time. This is the one. There's also a thing that I want to show off later in this section coming up. So we've recently found a really cool out of bounds, but I also want to do the game justice, so I'm gonna do it both ways. It's the section after this section that'll be coming up. The music here is so beautiful too.
Chad is really digging the music.
Everyone
Yeah.
in chat's like music.
Yeah. Some Bible thumps in the chat. The visuals
right.
are also extremely good. Everything about this is
Everything about
Great.
this game is gorgeous.
Oh yeah. I'm loving it. It's awesome. It's getting showcased here. I think a lot of people are gonna, keep an eye on it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that I got to show off Evergate. Especially since it's not officially out yet. I was worried that it wouldn't make it into Frame Fatales just because of that. Oh no. Okay, so
The Void.
it's my favorite song again, but the remix of it coming up.
That's awesome.
No, don't fall into the void. Here it is. So
Avoid the void.
this is the beautiful out of bounds that was recently discovered. You can just jump over the entire thing.
Oh, no.
We're skipping an entire section by doing this, which is hilarious.
Who
So
needs the puzzle?
this is the ending right here.
You can eat that part of the stage.
So I'm gonna just reset. That way we can do it legitimately. I just wanted to show off that really cool out of bounds.
That's awesome.
I really hope that they let us keep that one. So this is what we skipped right here, where we go through the purple rocks of some sort. I'm not sure what they are.
The amethyst.
Yeah. Whatever it is. Oh no. It's all right. We get to hear the music for longer if I mess up.
We get to hear the music longer. We get to see the level 3 times. I'm so
Yeah,
into it.
exactly. Calculated.
Listen,
I did that on purpose.
I don't think anyone's complaining about seeing more content here.
And now we reach the end legitimately.
Yay!
Come on, ghost. Be friend with other ghosts.
I know.
Have
Ghost
this-
friend.
Have these ghost flakes. Feel better.
Look, remember how much I love you. So this looks kind of empty coming up because we're just gonna skip all of the cutscenes because the developers are amazing and let us skip every single cutscene.
Top tier.
You were my hero.
Even though you have skipped the story, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that it was also out of the kindness of their hearts that it would be hard to finish this game with so many tears in your eyes. I'm going to assume these cutscenes are very.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we kind of see the story a little bit here between Key and her brother and the lives that they lived and the levels that we played through while they share their memories and connect their soul flame.
So cute. I
It's so
love it.
beautiful. I love it. And now we take
They
off
bust
and
through the
escape.
amethyst together.
Ghost rocket!
And timing ends after they reincarnate together on the black fade out. So we just have a little bit more text left and then we're done.
Everyone was so mesmerized that they didn't realize the entire run just happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I was.
It's honestly a really beautiful game, and I hope you guys give it a chance. It should be out very, very soon. Put it on your Steam wish list.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of fun to speedrun too. Like, I rush through the levels as quickly as possible, but trying to 100% the game yourself is really exciting, and I definitely recommend trying it out yourself. Like, it feels so good to, play the game fast and get good at it. It's one of those
Write
things
this
that
game down in your planner. Set yourself an alarm for a few weeks from now to remember this.
Get up and stand in line in your own house to download it from Steam.
Exactly.
All right, and time is gonna be right here on the black. Nice.
Awesome.
So that's Evergate. I hope you guys enjoyed watching.
Yay!
Yay.
That was great.
Thank you so much for that wonderful run of Evergate, Emray. That was adorable. Heart-wrenching. Chat is Bible thumping left and right. So yeah, I'm gonna go check out that game whenever I get home from this event. Put that on my wish list. All right, we have some upcoming. We can have some upcoming bid wars. Let's see, for Legend of Legaia 2, we've got a few names that have been picked out. Ain's nickname has been Luca J. Mai's nickname is Loaf. Currently, let's see. Let's scroll through. Let's see what some other. Lang's nickname is Uwu. If you wish to snipe any of those names, that's totally fine. We also have Avalon's Demise. You can pick how Avalon checks out. We can do some normal slashes, some full power mystic arts, or we can use the point card. So if you want any of those, please donate for those. Legend of Legaia is pretty cool game. Nice little RPG. There's also the Legend of Legaia 2 rice planting minigame that you can donate towards. You can also donate for Lang's Comeuppance. There's also the Learning with Liz Pringles live race. If you have not seen this Pringles game, I have played this Pringles game at one of the GDQs. I didn't run it or anything, but it was just all over the all over the practice room and things like that. It's pretty silly. If you want that, that's a $3,000. It is very special. I would recommend trying to make that happen. Okay, so I've just been informed that the Pringles thing is going to be eating Pringles. I'm not sure if a game even figures into this now, but there's something about devouring Pringles is going to happen. So if you want to see people, I suppose, Cookie Monster some Pringles into their face, please donate for that, because now I'm interested as to what the heck that's about. For Chocobo Racing, we also have the Final Fantasy VIII circuit. So if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy VIII, we had we have some Final Fantasy runners in this event. You enjoy that? That's pretty good. Final Fantasy VIII's pretty weird little game. I enjoyed playing it though whenever I played it back in the day. So if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy VIII references, get that money in. We also, let's see here. Let's see if I can pull up. Speaking of not Pringles, speaking of Twitch ads, I'm going to play a brief Twitch ad, and we will be right back. Coming up next is Yoshi's Woolly World, so stick around so we can catch that after this brief little advertisement.
Hey, can I move there so I can see the game better? Move to where you're sitting so I can see the game better.
All right, chat. Well, we have, let me pull up this here. Boop. So remember to get those donations. We are raising money for Malala Fund. This is Frost Fatale's 2020. And we are raising lots of money. We currently have $38,364. That's pretty good, but let's get it even higher. Let's get as many donations in for this great cause as we possibly can. And coming up, we have Yoshi's Woolly World. A friend of mine actually got me that game and the Woolly Yoshi amiibo once as a present. It's pretty adorable. I loved it. The sound I made when I first saw it was kind of inhuman. I was just like, ah, Yoshi! It's pretty cute. This game's pretty adorable, and I think we're currently setting up that now. Are we